coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network. Mainstream media, government cover-ups. You are answers, but so is he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It's Wednesday, October 1st, 2014. This is the Alex Jones Show Live. I'm your fill-in host, Paul Joseph Watson. But Alex will be joining us at 10 past the hour because, of course, we've got huge breaking news regarding Ebola, the unprecedented first outbreak in the United States. We've also got Joe Biggs live from the scene ground zero at the Texas hospital with a special report about Joe showings that he's filmed today. Also, Gerald Celente coming up in the third hour to talk about the latest financial situation. And big call, we've got calls coming up on Ebola in the second hour, as well as, of course, the latest images that now are saying there is likely a second patient infected with Ebola. We've had officials giving interviews on Texas television this morning saying that one of the family members of the Ebola victim, who was confirmed as having the virus yesterday in Dallas, has also likely been exposed. That's not been confirmed yet, but they're now saying that it is indeed possible that a second family member has been exposed to the Ebola virus. Basically, the timeline which we need to go through is that the patient arrived in Dallas on a flight from Liberia on September the 20th, showing no symptoms of the disease. Obviously, we know that it could take up to 3 weeks for the symptoms to actually develop, to actually show in the case of an Ebola sufferer. He started feeling sick September 24th, visited his doctor or a hospital, we're not sure which yet, on September 26th. And this is the key here. This is what's amazing about this story. He was given antibiotics on September 26th after showing symptoms for 2 days and immediately sent home, even though he had traveled from Liberia. And this is what's causing a lot of condemnation directed towards health officials in Texas this morning, which is the fact that this individual had the symptoms, had Ebola for 2 days. He was sent home. Basically, he was walking amongst the population for 4 days with this virus. And there you see the article up on Infowars.com. Texas Ebola patient was sent home for 2 days with antibiotics. So he already had the virus 2 days before that. He's been walking around Dallas, Texas for 4 days. Obviously, Ebola, they say at the moment, is not airborne. Other scientific research suggests that it may well be. But for at least 4 days, he was active in the Dallas area, amongst the community, amongst his family members. And again, CDC concerned about airborne transmission of Ebola virus. Of course, we had the Canadian study back in 2012, which proved that Ebola could be transmitted via the air from pigs to monkeys. We've had several top officials go public over the last few weeks, including a major editorial in the New York Times saying that health officials are concerned that it could have mutated, that it could have gone airborne. No confirmation of that so far, but it's obviously of concern. We're going to play some clips coming up. We've got Zachary Thompson, the director of Dallas County Health and Human Services, who gave an interview with WFAA this morning, confirming, or basically suggesting, indicating that there was a second Ebola case, one of the family members of the victim that's there in the Texas Presbyterian Hospital in Dallas. Also, Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, gave an interview on CNN, which we're going to play a little later if we have time, in which he said the 4-day period where this Ebola patient was walking around Dallas was, quote, a significant period of time. And he made the point that although this is transmitted via bodily fluids, it could be transmitted merely by shaking the hand of an Ebola victim. So you got to think, this guy's been walking around Texas, Dallas for 4 days without being isolated. As I said, September 24th was when he first showed symptoms. He was walking around Dallas, and so that's why there are concerns that this could spread. Of course, the CDC is trying to dampen down the hysteria. We'll be back with Alex Jones after the break. This is the Alex Jones Show Live, Infowars.com. Stay tuned.
are you waiting for?
You've heard what the proprietary Super Male Vitality formulation has done for others. Now it's time to experience the natural benefits
For yourself.
Pairing ancient herbal extraction techniques with revolutionary technological advances, Super Male Vitality offers
The most powerful essence.
of 8 different ingredients, all individually blended into what makes this product such a unique and concentrated solution.
Avoid alarming artificial additives.
And even hidden genetically modified ingredients that may be lurking in your medicine cabinet. Super Male Vitality
Super
is
Male.
100% vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, and available today at InfoWarsLife.com while supplies
What are you waiting
last.
for?
Experience the benefits for yourself and for your family with Super Male Vitality.
Male.
Available exclusively through InfoWarsLife.com today. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
DNA Force.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in.
DNA Force.
No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies.
DNA Force.
We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
DNA Force.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. It's Alex Jones.
It's Paul Joseph Watson filling in for Alex Jones on this Wednesday edition of the Alex Jones Show. Of course, we've got the huge breaking Ebola news. It emerged last night that a first Ebola patient confirmed to have the virus in the United States in Dallas. We're going to go to a clip now, which is the likelihood that a second patient has been infected, one of the family members of this individual in Dallas, and this is Zachary Thompson, director of Dallas County Health and Human Services. He gave an interview with WFAA, and he said that there's likely to be a second case. Here's that clip.
And this is the Dallas address he was at. As a parent, a lot of parents want to know, these children, are they going to school? Are you going to be talking with the schools about how to handle this?
That's priority number one in our meeting this morning, is to ensure we've already dialogued with the ISD, and so the precaution is to keep the children home, and we will evaluate and they will be monitored. Let me be real frank to the Dallas County residents. The fact that we have one confirmed case, there may be another case that is a close associate with this particular patient. So I want to be frank. This is real. There should be a concern, but it's contained to the specific family members and close friends at this moment.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate your time.
Okay,
with us today.
that is Zachary Thompson, Health and Human Services official who basically acknowledged the fact that it's very likely there's a second Ebola case, one of the family members of the victims. But live on the line now with more breaking Ebola news is Alex Jones. Alex, welcome to the show.
Absolutely, Paul. Now, I've been explaining to people from the beginning that I've seen major signs of scripting to all of this. And when I say scripting, I don't mean the Dallas County or Dallas City officials. I don't mean 99.9% of people in our own government. But major scripting at the CDC, at the Obama administration level, and at the United Nations level. We've been saying this for several months. It is unprecedented to bring dozens and dozens of hot, infected, patient number one, ground zero, Ebola victims into the United States. It used to show up in 3 days. It shows up in 22 days now, meaning someone can spread and spread and spread. The default was it was level 4 containment, illegal, and those laws are still in the books, to bring someone with smallpox or Ebola or anything of that nature into the United States. U.S. citizens were to be held in quarantine on Navy ships, special medical ships that they have, and other facilities they have in places in Sierra Leone and other areas. This is unprecedented. We have top virologists in Bild in Germany saying 5 million will get it by December. The UN says 1.4 million. Most top virologists say it's beginning to go slightly airborne. That means it isn't hardy airborne, but it is clearly leaning towards being somewhat airborne. If that is the case, and that's why we're seeing this huge outbreak in Africa, you've got 7 nations now with it over in Africa. You have got tens of thousands of people a week flying in and out of West Africa into every major city in the world. And there should have already been a quarantine on Sierra Leone and a quarantine on Ghana and a quarantine on these other countries. That was standard procedure. It is a guarantee that you will get Ebola all over the world. Guaranteed with a 22-day carrier incubation period. We've talked to top medical doctors on this, so this is not my opinion. That's why we kept saying this is insane. There should have been an immediate embargo. Those countries, Sierra Leone and others, are literally collapsing right now, but they're letting the airport still run as middle-class and wealthy Africans and Westerners flee the nation. Then Obama injects 3,300 untrained U.S. troops into the middle of hell-hot zones. We kept telling people months ago and got attacked by the mainstream media because they didn't want people to be warned up front. This had all the telltale signs of bare minimum allowing a crisis to get out of hand, aiding and abetting it, not letting a good crisis go to waste. But we know there's laboratories in the U.S., England, Africa, and other areas that have souped up Ebola. We've played frontline pieces, Nova pieces, admitting airborne Ebola escaped and killed monkeys in another lab in 1989. See, we're informed. And the system preys on the American people's ignorance to say, oh, don't listen to InfoWars, don't listen to Drudge, don't listen to WorldNet Daily, don't listen to those crazy people that actually have top scientists and medical doctors and virologists on. Oh, look, InfoWars is reporting on CDC medical journals 2 years ago saying Ebola had gone airborne. We got attacked. A month later, New York Times admitted they believe it's going airborne with a top virologist. The issue here is that I'm in Austin, Texas, literally 3 hours from Dallas. Joe Biggs is up there outside the hospital area where Rick Perry's set to give a press conference in T-minus 45 minutes or so, about 47 minutes from now. This is very serious because you have a huge Nigerian population, huge West African population in Dallas. And again, it's so politically correct that you've got the emergency managers in Dallas County openly saying, well, we're still going to tell the kids to stay home with this guy, but everything's okay. That entire family, ladies and gentlemen, should be locked up in a quarantine facility watching television and having a nice day so an epidemic doesn't get out of hand. You get one person giving it to 5, they give it to 10, they give it to 20, they give it to 40, they give it to 80, they give it to 100, and you see the numbers going up. Once you get about 10 or 15 people that have this, it's going to be unstoppable. And you're going to have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, maybe billions of people with Ebola. And on record, I wanted on record that we pointed this out.